going on, guys? Matt Weik here with Jimmy Mentis, another episode of Fit Business. It's been a crazy last couple of weeks, so we apologize for not having episodes for you guys, but we're back now.
We're back.
And Jimmy, what's going on this week for you?
We really never left. We just couldn't get on the same time frame, so we can have a little chat.
Agree.
But,
we both had stuff certain days and nothing would align, and you guys know how it is. You guys that are out there, I mean, it's tough some weeks, but we're here now.
So,
what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the various platforms of social media, marketing, online marketing, websites. I've been learning a lot this past year. I mean, Facebook keeps changing algorithm. IG now came out with you can't post before and after shots, something like that.
Yeah,
right?
Weight loss products, stuff like
that.
Yeah,
I didn't read into that too much, but was that like a specific age? Was that something? I think there was an age.
That I don't know. I know there's been a lot of talk on the platforms themselves of people, especially like supplement companies, who are pretty angry at the fact that they can't post their pre-workouts, but fat burners, any type of thermogenic stuff like that.
Right.
They don't want that on their platforms for some reason. Which that would actually be another good topic to talk about. Are we accepting obesity these days because we're afraid of people getting offended or being bullied?
Well, I think that can be in today's topic. So let me ask you this question.
Okay.
If you obviously you become an expert in this, okay?
I'm an expert in nothing. Maybe breathing, but that's about it.
If you had a supplement brand, if you had a new dietary supplement brand, right?
Uh-huh.
Where would the first platform be? Let's just say, I'm not saying obviously a little of everything, right? But if you had one platform right now, today, what would it be?
And it's a supplement brand?
Yes.
Instagram.
Why?
Instagram is a very image-based platform. Yes, you have communication and engagement, but people aren't reading. Like, if you go through a Facebook feed, you're reading things, and it's basically from people that you know. If you don't really know them, you just keep kind of scrolling until maybe you see, oh, okay, Jimmy said something. Okay, so-and-so said something. Where IG, it's more you're scrolling to get engaged by the image. So if the imagery or the creative aspect of a post grabs your attention, then you're going to read what it is.
Okay.
So I think if you're a supplement company and you're trying to promote your brand and the products, having product shots, product placement, having people holding the product, I think that is going to be advantageous to a supplement brand. Yes, other platforms you can use images, but IG is kind of the king with.
You're saying
photos.
that if they all work the same across the platform, the algorithms were all the same. What happens since you're taking the IG platform? How are you getting the engagement? Let's just say you post a picture, a nice, clear picture, an engaging picture that you feel would be engaging, right? You write your text, and now you're thinking, now you got 30,000 followers. You're going to get at least 5,000 likes and maybe 35, 40, 50, 100 comments.
Mm-hmm.
And you get none of that. Why do you think you didn't get any of that? I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I know. That's how we always do this. I mean, IG goes through a lot of those, and you just said it yourself earlier, all these algorithm changes. And depending on what products you sell, it might not fit I guess, the agenda of what IG wants to see and what they consider relevant. I mean, obviously you have your hashtags that you can utilize and stuff like that. But I mean, nowadays people are even changing the way that they push products on IG. Everything's going more video with the IG story, IG stories, IGTV. It's social media is a constantly evolving type of media. And if you're not engaging with the way that the platforms want you to engage, they just won't push you.
But how do you know what they're asking for? Here's what I've seen. Here's what I've witnessed. And I've been testing this daily. Let's just say I post a pic. I actually went into the BeautyFit account and I told my team, I said, you know what, let me take over for 3 days. So, and I tested stuff out. It worked, and I personally think it didn't work, but the numbers were okay, but I wasn't happy. I took one post, same image, same text. I posted at 8 o'clock in the morning. The next day, I posted it at 10 o'clock at night. The next day, I created an ad for it. All 3 posts.
Okay.
Guess where I got most engagement?
I would think from creating the ad.
No.
Really?
At 10 o'clock at night, somehow, some way, it slipped in the algorithm, and we had 3 times more engagement than all the other ones. Now, let me tell you about the ad. The ad wasn't approved, and I created the ad at 8 o'clock in the morning, obviously the 3rd day after, right? And it wasn't approved. I created the ad again, and I pushed it through at 10 o'clock at night. The same ad, it got approved. There is no, hey, I got the magic formula. I'm just saying it right now. There is no magic formula for social media. It's a shot in the fucking dark.
Yeah.
I am so frustrated with this. And people are like, hey, how are you getting what are you doing for Instagram? What are you doing for social media? Who's your marketing team? What kind of program are you using? You know what kind of program I'm using? Hustle.
Yeah.
Trial, error. You got to keep posting. You got to try. There is no one set thing. And everybody who keeps asking me how, you built your brand on social media, you must have a program. No, it keeps changing, man.
Well, here's something that's interesting, and it goes back to the times of when you're posting. I go in and I look at my analytics every once in a while, and it appears that from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays is when the most audience is on the platform.
Ha!
However, here's the funniest thing. When I check my views throughout the day, I get a lot of views on the actual content, but I get more engagement when I post it at night.
Okay.
So if I post it at 1 p.m., a ton of people see it, but it's like they're at work, so they're doing one of these like in the office. Right. Okay, they don't have time to type out a response. But if I post it at, say, 7:30, less people see it, but I get more engagement. And I don't have a big audience to start with.
Between 1 and 5, I'm dead.
Yeah, you told me about that before,
yep.
which
dead.
Is interesting.
You got the female consumer, right? Female consumer. Wakes up, kids, runs, trains, everything before 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, between 10 and 11 o'clock. Everything before that, it's their time, right? They go to work or they're doing something. They're busy.
Yeah.
Then again, at night. Our engagement, our social media between 1 and 5 is, I say dead. I say dead. Obviously we have some, but we won't even post. We won't even do anything between 1 and 5. Sunday night is our busiest day.
Really?
Yes. Our website's on fire. On fire. Now, no other company would think like that. If you did business 101 or social media marketing 101, you would not even have Sunday evening on the agenda.
Right.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing how brands have to really look at their company, their products, their engagement, their customer.
Yeah, that's
They
a big
really have to know their customer, their lifestyle. What do they do? How do they do it? What time do they do it? You know, a brand now has to fit in the lifestyle of your customer. Your
Right.
customer is not going to go out of their way anymore. They're going to pick up whatever's in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a lot of choices.
Right.
So that's where we've become successful. I am there for my customer. I'm always in front of my customer when they look up. Because when they look down, they don't need me. When they look up, I'm there.
So then what platforms, obviously you have your Facebook, you have
Right.
your Instagram. So what platforms, being that you ask me about if I own a supplement company,
Right.
you obviously are living it every day. What platform do you find the most benefit from?
On weekdays, I have my 25 to 35-year-olds on Instagram. The older consumer is Facebook.
Okay.
But again, across the board, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., it doesn't matter where we're at. Okay, so the 25 to 35 is IG. The 30 to 50 Facebook. IG story still 25 to 35, but our older consumer is Facebook.
Okay.
We have a lot of engagement, again, but again, it's just the marketing. It's the marketing side of it. And when I say marketing, it's not like the hustle. It's communication. When we do the BeautyFit marketing, it's about how do we communicate to our customer? How do we communicate to that age group? Because BeautyFit demographics is women.
Right.
It's just women, right? We have everything. We have from the pre-workouts to the vegan protein to the enzymes. So it's not like you have a specific. It's not like us guys, you got a pre-workout. It's the 25 to 45 guy who's going in and bench pressing.
Yep.
Right. So what we did, but we use YouTube as a huge search engine. All right. So I personally, if I had one platform, I would go with IG.
Mm-hmm.
I would go with IG. And I would create 2 IGs. I would create 2 accounts. And I would go after and communicate with 2 demographics.
Okay.
The person who trains, and I'm just saying either BeautyFit or any brand, even with Myolabs, right? I would create 2: the person who trains and the person who exercises.
Okay.
The person who trains wants information all the time.
Right.
The person who exercises doesn't want a lot of information at once because they're trying to learn. They're trying to, they have their plan. They exercise 3 times a week. It's part of their lifestyle. It's part of the thing. Now, the people who exercise become part of the people who train.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because now they love it. They're part of it. They want to engage into more things. And that's what I would do. And as a matter of fact, I actually consulted a company overseas, and I told them my idea, and I said, I'm not doing it yet because I'm doing this new Team BeautyFit program. But if you want, try it. And they did. and they're on their second week already, and one of the accounts already has, the new account has 12,000 followers.
Whew.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really good. So I might be doing that. Again, there's nothing in stone. You can't turn around. I can't write you. You can't come and tell me, sorry. You can't come and say, Jimmy, here's $10,000, consult me with social media marketing. I'd be like, I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I don't have the formula. And if someone goes to someone and says they have a formula with all these things, you see these people with these funnels and this and that, that's bullshit. First of all, half these people who are saying they got the ideal funnel or they got the ideal marketing plan for Facebook. No, they don't.
Yeah. It might work today, but tomorrow it's going to be different.
But again, the funnel system that they're using for social media, okay, it's a conversation. You see, you see the one post, then you engage on the one post, then you see another post. It's a story. Who's going to know better than the company itself?
Right. Well, here's something else, and I think a lot of brands are missing this because they feel like they don't have a lot of time to be working off of, multiple platforms. Well, for starters, there's stuff out there for social media. So if you have like an IG account, a Facebook account, maybe you have a Twitter account, you can actually pay for a service that you can make up all your posts and have them launch automatically. So it's not like you have to sit there on Facebook or on IG typing them and hitting submit exactly when you want them to launch. So that will free up your time. And also, go ahead.
But I got a problem with that.
Why?
Automation, my friend, doesn't work for a company that wants to succeed. I don't care what anybody says. I will debate it all day long. My team wanted to do automation. I fought them, and then I gave in, and I said, okay, automate for a week. Because you have to go with the conversation. You have to go with the topics. You have to flow. Automation does not work. You want to do a Monday morning quote or a Wednesday morning quote, I get it, okay? But you can't just turn around. It's got to be homey. It's got to be warm. It's got to be on that. You automate, anybody who automates their business, it's a formula for disaster. That's it. I've seen it, and I won't do it. And I'm very passionate about it. You see it because so many people tell me, well, why don't you post? Why don't you formulate, do this and have different posts during the day and, automate it for next week. Fucking kidding me? Companies don't work like that.
But what are you posting that's different from if you would post it right now versus if you had an idea and you at least drafted it to launch at the same time that you would want to hit?
What about using a hashtag of your brand and trying to find other people's posts and sharing them? Right?
Okay.
What is better than sharing your customers' posts showing your other customers how much this person loved that product? Not only that, but how appreciative would they be that you shared their post? They're actually acknowledging that, hey, thank you for sharing your post and bringing awareness of our brand and how much you love your product.
Well, I think that's a necessity. I think you absolutely.
Well, that's not automation. You need someone all the time.
No. I agree. I should expand on that. I think automation is great for when you're putting out new product launches or new product images. You're putting out, hey, we're having a special, or hey, we're doing this. All of that can be automated. But yes, if you want the one-on-one communication and you're going to say repost something that somebody has, hey, I just got this new phone, and you sell that phone and you're reposting it to just help with your branding, that's absolutely necessary. You can't automate that. But I mean, like for me, all of my content is automated. It's
you're bored.
It's mind That's why my following sucks.
No,
But
I'm just saying you write obviously you write amazing. I'm just saying that you have no. It's not like, oh, this just happened.
right.
See, to me, I get that all the time. I mean, I got some famous actresses just posting about BeautyFit. I'm sharing it.
Right.
You know, I got some athletes about PV7. I'm sharing it because in their story, I only got 24 hours.
Exactly. Exactly. And it makes sense in that instant. I think we also have to look at the platforms themselves. You know, we started out talking about if you're a supplement company, what platforms would you use? You know,
Right.
we kind of agreed that IG would be our number one. Facebook, YouTube would slide in there as well. Yeah, I think we should touch on if you're like a B2B type of company, like for me, you know, I work with you guys. I work with a whole bunch of different supplement companies and whatnot. For me, a lot of my success comes from LinkedIn. I think if you're doing that business to business type of transaction, and that's who you're going after, you absolutely have to be on something like LinkedIn. Yeah, you can have your Facebook and a business Facebook page. You know, don't just use your personal page, which you can. I do, but it's just because I have more followers there. But LinkedIn is the great place because that's where all the buyers are. That's where all the, you know, CEOs, all the executives, the business owners, you know, they're spending more time on LinkedIn because it's more information driven for business. Whereas I see Facebook and IG more of a consumer based platform where it's a lot of people going there to consume things. Whereas LinkedIn is more of a, I hate to say more of a professional type of social media platform, but that's essentially what it is.
It is. It is.
I mean, it's expanded more over the years, and I think it will in the next 1 to 2 years. I see more people jumping on it, but it's the place to be if you're doing that B2B type of business.
I agree. I get hit all the time on LinkedIn, and I don't really use LinkedIn because I'm B2C.
Yeah,
but my LinkedIn is that a? I can hear myself. Hold on.
Are they the voices in your head?
Lately, yeah, there's a lot. But I see that LinkedIn, you can create a lot of good relationships in LinkedIn.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a networking platform. I consider it the best if you're out there trying to connect with other businesses or connect with businesses that you do with and try and network off of, you know, who they know, who their connections are. I think it's absolutely amazing. I mean,
do you consult companies on their social media, or you just write for them?
I really just do the content and the copy for them. I mean, I do some of their social posts, like I'll create the posts and hand it over to them, and then they figure out what time, because I don't go into their analytics and deep dive into all of that. They know when they get the most, you know, views and engagement. So I'll create, you know, all of their social posts, all the actual copy itself, give it to them, and then they can figure out where they want to place it.
Right.
I mean, in a sense, it kind of goes back to that.
Where do you see? Where do they have more success? Are we wrong here? Am I wrong here?
The funniest thing is, and it's why I started out doing that 1 to 4 p.m., that tends to be where they see their most, you know, engagement, which it's odd because they're in the supplement industry. So you would think that if I was to compare you with them, everything would align and be exactly the same. And it seems to be all over the place. But I think it goes back to the demographic.
Yeah.
A lot of the brands that I work with, I mean, I'll be honest, the only female specific, you know, brand that I work with is you. Everyone else is driven more towards men. Right. Could females buy their product? Yeah, absolutely. But
and they do
more male dominant, heavy stimulants.
Right. And they do, because there's that female consumer that wants to take the men's products. Mm-hmm. And that's why. See, I'm in the beauty side. I'm on the you know, that side.
Right. But I think what you said earlier makes perfect sense. I mean, look, my wife does a lot for our kids. I mean, more than I do. And I give her all the credit for everything that she does. But you're right that she's busy and she's, go, go, go until late at night. The kids go down to bed, maybe 8 o'clock. She's buttoning things up. She's making lunch for Jackson for the next morning. So when she actually gets to sit down and do her own thing, it's late.
See?
So I absolutely see what you're saying, that nobody's really paying attention to your posts unless it's, late at night, 10 o'clock, whatever.
Yeah.
I see a lot of guys because, we're guys. We're kind of like squirrel.
Well,
we're like that. So we'll look at
this
throughout the day.
Think about this. It's 12 o'clock. We ain't doing shit.
Well, we're doing it for the viewers so they can
right?
get.
But
so
I'm saying it's like,
out of it. But yeah,
it's like, yeah, we.
And it's interesting how different segments, different demographics change behaviors.
Yeah. I love it.
It's interesting, but it's like you said, people. And that's what it is. A lot of the people who are like, oh, well, we can, make your social media blow up. A lot of them, what they're not telling you is they're going to get a lot of bots to get, to follow you. And there are sites out there that you can go and you can type in somebody's name and it'll tell you what percentage of their followers are real and fake. I have a guy who swears to me. He has 3 million followers or something. And he gets all this crazy engagement. Hundreds of thousands of comments and likes. And I'm like, dang, what am I doing wrong here? I'm like, the guy is a model, but he's not very bright. So I'm like, all right, so they're going to check, the images out. But then I put his tag or his username into this software, and 85% of his followers were all fake.
But how does he get the comments?
These bots just put down random. If you read his comments, they're not like, if I showed you a picture, it's not describing that picture. It's, wow, great picture. How do you look like that? What filters do you use? It's all stuff like that, but it gets the engagement. So the algorithm's like, oh, this person's getting all of these people coming here. We're going to help push it. So it gets it out in front of more people. But it's all fake.
Even though it's not kosher, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, but at the same time,
whoever created that is just a genius.
But I think it's going to come back to bite people in the ass, because I think once, say, Instagram or Facebook or whoever figures out a way to figure out what's a legit comment and what's coming from an automated bot, I think they're going to get penalized, and they're not going to show as much of the stuff until it gets cleaned up.
Right. No, I get it. I think, I don't know, man. I was talking to Tammy the other day, and she's like, so what are you thinking? I said, you know what I'm thinking? I said, I hope I wake up tomorrow morning and social media's dead. Gone.
Yeah.
Gone. I want to go back to the old school business. Yeah.
Hi,
shake
my name's
hands.
Jimmy.
Yeah, shake hands, face to face, just that old school, the expos, the talking to the consumers, because I got to tell you, that still works.
It does. Obviously it's faster with the new age technologies and stuff, but you lose that personal touch. And I tell people all the time, especially with the writing and the content that I do, I tell people, you want to add value to your customers, because you don't have the FaceTime. You want to still build that community and make them feel like they're part of what you're doing. And in today's, internet driven, digital based business models, it's hard to do that because you don't get the FaceTime anymore. And brands these days, they're not having as many outside, sales reps. So, they're not going out shaking hands, allowing people to physically touch the product, get to know somebody, have a personality behind the brand. It's a lot different these days.
So I had a conversation today from a very respectful person. I respect a lot. Did you know that in November I think it's going to be in California at the same place where the Emmys were. What was it called? It wasn't the Kodak, but now it's something else.
Beats the heck out of me.
That there are the Influencer Awards.
Get out of here.
Swear to God.
I mean, look, it's a thing.
And that's with beauty and fashion. And in March at the Arnold, there would be an influencer award on the fitness. The influencer awards.
Like you're telling me that this is like a real thing, or you're thinking they're going to do that?
No, I'm pretty sure that in November it's a done deal, and they're working on it now for the Arnold in March in Ohio to do it at the Arnold Classic. So we're looking at Emmy type award things. So influencers, major role, right? Obviously, if they're going to have their own awards now, I believe in influencers. I believe in influence. I believe in real influencers that I'm an influencer. I believe I'm an influencer. I don't have 3 million followers, but if I'm going to grab something, right? If I'm going to grab something and talk about it, I'm going to influence people. The sad part about it is there's many out there that will say anything, again, but here's the thing, we can't want it one way, and that's including me. We can't want it one way and not want it the other way, right? Tiger Woods, he has a contract with Buick, right?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't driving a Buick.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But we like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, personally, and my wife hates it, but if I go to a car dealership to buy a car and the salesman's not driving their brand, I'm like, how the hell are you going to sell me a car that you're not even driving?
No.
Or, I mean, if you think about retail these days, if you go into like a clothing store, let's say women go into, I don't know, Express.
Right.
If they're not wearing their clothes,
right,
how can you actually sell it? So you're going to sell somebody else's clothes, but you're going to promote something else on your body.
Right.
I don't know. I'm weird like that.
I love it. I'm the same way. I look at things, but you know what? I don't fight it anymore. I just don't fight it. And I try to read people. I try to do things just to keep the business flowing, engage with people, talk to people, inspire people, motivate people, and be inspired. I've been very much inspired by my customers. You have no idea. I never thought, I knew women were strong. My mom is a very strong woman, my sister, Tam, but women are strong, man. We can't hold a candle to women when it comes to strength like that. They dig.
Yeah.
They dig, so, I mean, look, your wife, 2 kids, 3 kids, right?
3, yeah.
And you, she has to deal with you.
I'm the biggest baby out of all of them.
So again, I've been very inspired by my customers. They inspire me. They do. So, and that's why I give back as much as I can. Then I hope every brand like that is like this with their customers.
Yeah.
So
it's that personal touch, that personal connection that you have.
Right.
Yeah.
I do. I'm that guy. I'm the owner. I'm the marketer. I'm the guy in front.
Yeah.
Even on social media, sometimes I log in and I even go on the BeautyFit IG story, and hey, I talk. So going back to how we started, the one thing I want to leave is, the one thing I want to make sure everybody looks at is, don't program to automate your business on your social media. Social media is real time. If you want to be successful on your social media, it needs to be real time. If someone posts something in the morning, okay, and you're reposting it at night, you missed it. You missed it. On the IG stories, when someone you've missed it. And I think companies nowadays need to have someone that is on that 24/7. If they make their living, if their business is social media driven.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think people need to figure out who their demographic is, which if you have a business, you should already know that.
Right.
But know where they play. What platforms are they on? And then that's where you double down.
Yeah.
If they're on IG, then don't bother with Twitter. Don't bother with LinkedIn. Maybe don't even bother with Facebook. You know, I would stick with one first, get it down, and then maybe open up the second, you know, maybe being a Facebook if that's the case. But be engaging, you know.
Yeah, I think you still need to have accounts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think you need to have at least one horse in the race that you know where your demographic is. You know?
Exactly. So with that being said, I got nothing else. Do you have anything else to add?
I'm out, man.
Awesome. All right, guys. Hope you guys got some value from this. We'll catch you next week.